people, what up, though? We back with season 3 of All Black Men Need Therapy. My name is Chief.
And I'm Bell.
It's Prentice.
And I don't know if y'all hear the delay, but we gonna work through that anyways. But yo, what's up, fellas? I miss y'all. Before we even start about anything, I miss y'all dudes, yo. Word up. Like we talk every other day, but that ain't the point. Like it's different. Like y'all don't feel like our conversations don't be like they be when we be on the podcast.
Well, this is, I mean, we haven't all been together for a long period of time since the last time we recorded. You know what I'm saying? We speak to each other in pockets through text and stuff like that. But in terms of all three of us, this is going to be like the first in-depth conversation that we've had, the three of us, all three of y'all.
I don't even think this podcast is going to be long enough.
Yeah, I know. AP. Right. So let's go back to it. But wait, I just told y'all black asses I miss y'all. I'm supposed to say I miss you too, Chief. At least make a nigga feel good or something. You know what I'm saying? Like damn.
Yeah.
So you haven't been on since you had the baby, fam. Talk to us, man. What's goody?
Oh man, you know, she's she's here. We're good, man. We definitely have to unpack the experience, man. She's healthy. The kids have all acclimated to her, man. She's right in the flow with everything, man. So we just, trying to enjoy these sleep. Last night she didn't let us sleep. That was like one of the first nights ever. She usually sleeps through the night, so I'm good, man. I'm super blessed, bro. I'm so solid. I'm just tired. I'm hella tired.
No doubt. And you got the big homie back. You know what I'm saying? Came back from Florida.
Yeah, man. Justin's back. He got back like 3 or 4 days ago. So, squad is all here. Voltron is activated.
That's what's up.
I just thought about it. That flight must be crazy. Like you literally going to two opposite ends of the country.
Like, yeah. It used to be because I used to do turnaround trips. So I used to just fly out there just to grab them from the airport and then hop back, and that was always a 23.5-hour trip, man. So luckily now he just kept it one way. You know what I mean? I ain't gotta go get him anymore because he's old enough. So just put him on a one way out here.
No, I get it. I'm just saying, even the one way, that's still opposite ends of the country.
Oh hell yeah, man!
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Even on a direct flight, it's a good solid 5 hours.
Yeah, like I'm flying out tomorrow, a 4.5 hour flight. And I'm dreading that shit. So anyway,
that ain't bad, but you be straight.
So
go ahead.
mental check for you, Chief.
Now we gonna start with you. What's the Boston life like, man? You in a whole new city, big city things going.
Yeah, man, it's opening up too. The COVID restrictions has been lifted and all of that. Which is weird, man. You walk in the stores, people got their mask off and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that feeling is crazy. But it's cool, man. We haven't. I don't think that we've done anything crazy. We went out to Boston Commons, which is like the Boston Central Park. You know what I'm saying? That was nice. And then my man is getting married next month, and I'm in his wedding, so I had to go down to Newberry Street, which is like, I don't know if this is accurate, but I would call it like the Fifth Ave of Boston. You know what I'm saying? Like they got like a lot of high-end stores like Hermes and Audemars and all of that. Went over there. That was nice. You know what I'm saying? Huh?
Who get married?
Mac.
I'm tripping. I'll be there. Yo, I was thinking about that, dude. If you have somebody in your wedding, is it mandatory that they have you in theirs? Like, is that how it goes? Is that how it's supposed to go? Or would you believe so?
I hope not. I hope not, because I've been in a lot of people's weddings and shit. Some of them wasn't even at my wedding. So
it's cold-blooded.
So yeah, I hope that's not the case.
As far as
I'm
me,
definitely gonna be the best man in yours, nigga. I know that.
Oh, without a doubt, ain't no question about it. Listen, man. As far as I'm concerned, still, my kids is all doing sports now, keeping busy. I'm down like 27 pounds, nigga, starting to eat better. You know what I'm saying? Lift a little bit of weight, still single in the morning. Yeah, still single in the mug, but you know, I'm better in myself. You know what I mean? So I ain't no complaints, man. I'm moving in the right
27
direction.
pounds. I don't go front. When I saw you the other day, you was definitely looking thin in the neck and chest area. I'm like, okay.
He out there
Yeah, I
looking
ain't got no more.
slim. He been,
Yo,
he
P,
out there looking
I ain't got
slim
no more
now.
muscles. Ain't no more. I ain't been lifting. No, I've been just been cardioing and eating right. I'm gonna get to the weights in a little while. I ain't got no more muscles. I'm trying to thin out real quick, and then you know what I'm saying, see what happens from
That's
there.
hella funny.
Yeah,
Nigga,
so
hey,
you know what I mean?
hey, Prentice. Nigga has some express jeans on with some loafers with the heel out in the back.
Ah,
Real,
you had the skinnies. You
The
had the
heel out,
real
skinnies on.
metrosexual.
the heel out.
You
That's
had
funny.
your ankles all lotioned up and shit.
Nah, they was ashy. Keep them ashy. Keep them ashy because I'm a real nigga.
Real nigga shit. Ashy ankles
Word.
all day.
Damn, I miss y'all
Oh
dudes, man.
man.
Y'all don't understand how therapeutic this shit is, though. Like, I mean, I've been good, but like, our weekly conversations really like help a nigga decompress, like really take a load off of me. You know what I'm saying? Pause. You know what I'm saying? But like, really, like, it really helps
That's
your boy out. So
Big
crazy.
pause. Big pause. That's a wild pause, nigga. Oh shit.
but I'm glad we could. I'm
Oh
glad.
my God.
I'm glad to see this. We missed this right here, man. I'm glad to get back with y'all dudes, man. We keeping this party going, man. So for those of you who've been faithful supporters, man, we still appreciate y'all for being here. We're glad to be back. We got some good stuff for you. We gonna keep this party going. Bellhead, what
Right.
we want to talk about slowing down, right?
Slowing down, man, because so I had a conversation this weekend with some family, and what I realized, I had an epiphany. So I'll speak my opinion. I'll get into slowing down, but my epiphany was, man, that this level of conversation, right, whether it be on our platform or with any other um male you can relate to, right? It's for me personally at this time of having a conversation, I took it for granted because I looked at it like, in my head, I was looking at it like we are impacting the 20 somethings, right? People that a stage of life that we've been far out of, and we can help them. But what I neglected is people that are in their 30s. They're still trying to figure it out, and we're at the latter part of our 30s, right? So it's like, for me, I didn't think about, damn, slowing down and having a conversation with somebody 32, 33, 34, right? The impact that could have. And then I got to thinking about, okay, so what are we doing to slow down in general, right? Because all the conversation was about is stuff that we are experiencing that we may not have anybody to talk to about, or we may not even know enough to even talk about it because we don't know that this is something that's common, right? So that's why I was like, we got to slow down. And that's something that my boss has been pressing me on. Like, when I say pressing me on taking time for myself, carving out time. He's like, yo, get out the office, right? He's like, I don't give a shit where you go, right? Go to a coffee shop, just reflect. And I feel like, me personally, I'm so go, go, go that reflecting and sitting back has caused me to really appreciate, you know what I'm saying? Like, things that we take for granted because we just keep going. So that's, like, in short, that's the whole point of this segment, is just, what are you doing to slow down? What are you doing to actively participate in your mental health?
Man, I can start with that. Um, I smoke a lot of weed, man, and it helps slow everything down. It makes everything easier to manage. It is great to do after a long, thorough day of fatherhood and writing. And I think I'm gonna continue to do that. So anybody out there listening right now who's looking for a method to possibly slow down, I recommend adding a little bit of weed in your life.
So, Prentice, when you smoke to slow yourself down, right, to help you cope, manage, what have you, is that enough, or in that process do you do something in addition?
You know what it is, honestly. It's the process of smoking for me that I really enjoy. It's not the high. It's the inhaling. I love looking at the smoke and lines in the air. I'll be on some artistic shit, so I'm always trying to look for nuances and shit. But it's the process. You know what I mean? It's just being able to sit there and be still and be in whatever space I want to be in for that moment, no matter, you know, how much time, surpasses or what else is going on. It's just my time, and that's just what I choose to do during that time. So it helps me a lot, man. Like for real, for real.
Got you. Chief, what about you? What do
I
you
had
do
to
to
slow
slow
down.
down?
I had to slow down just now because there's a big ass spider on the wall. I had to go get that thing. I couldn't. I couldn't sit here and watch that thing crawl. I had
Make
to.
it sound like he was building a chair.
I had to
Yeah,
go get him.
I'm not even gonna lie. I'm gonna tell you where my mind went. I'm like, yo, is he at a home invasion? Somebody coming? Is he clapping at somebody right now?
That's why I
Like, I
started
really thought
stumbling, bud. That's why I started
that's
stuttering
what
when
I
I
was
was
like,
talking. I'm
because
like,
I
what the
saw
fuck is that
your
noise?
face, and I'm like, man, he letting that thing go right now. What's going on over there?
Nah, it was a
Right.
big. It was a big ass spider on the wall. I had to go get that thing.
Hit that shit like
Anyways,
10 times, bud.
nah, word. The thing was huge. Anyways, nah. For me, man, I think I took a step back and I just I wanted to really lock in on like my kids are really into sports and like I work so much. I'm like, let me take some time out. We've been going to the park and practicing the softball and baseball. And my shorty kicks a soccer ball around. My 2-year-old's actually like dumb nice with it, yo. Look on my Instagram, bro. There's a picture of him kicking a softball, like homie, like dumb nice. I'm gonna send it to y'all. But
Kicking a
and
softball?
no, I'm sorry, a soccer ball, like
Oh,
I
homie,
was about to
like
say.
what you got going on over there?
nah. And then just kind of locking in on my health, man. I've been not that I've been, I was never really out of shape, but like it just wasn't what I was used to. So I'm like, let me lock in and see what I can really do with some committed time or whatever. So I've been doing that, and then
So let's pause there for 1 second, right? Because like even think about this for a second. Even as we're talking about slowing down, right? How much stuff that we're just grazing over, right? You said you lost 26, 27 pounds.
27.
Bro, like that is phenomenal, right? Like that is crazy. What did you do different?
Just changing the way I eat. Lighter portions. Believe it or not, I've been eating more times a day, but just smaller portions. And I've been active, man. I've been on the treadmill. Been, you know what I mean, been walking and running all the time, and just running around with my kids a lot. So that's really what's been keeping me going. I committed to the homies to do a mile a day in something. So I've committed to that, and every day this year I've done a mile of something. You know what I'm saying? Rowing, walking, stairmaster, something. Just been keeping it going. So that's also helped me too.
So you had
That's what's up.
what's the word I'm looking for? Um accountability circle with the
Yeah, but
mile
not
a
even
day.
so much for
It
that.
sounds like.
With the mile a day, yeah, but like just we've always been like fit, Bill. You know what I'm saying? Like we've always, presented well at least. And I'm like, yo, your belly ain't looking right, cuz you need to get it together. It was a mental for
Right.
me. It was like, yo, lock in. You don't need your own motivation. Get it together. So that's kind of where I've been with it. You know what I'm saying?
How you feel as a result?
It's crazy. I don't really feel, and I mean, I feel good. I've been feeling good, but that I've been practicing a positive mindset. You know what I mean? All that good stuff. So as far as that is concerned, I mean, I'm still on the positive frame, but like I feel better because I feel like I look better. You know what I'm saying? And that,
Mm.
Mm. Makes a
you know what I'm
huge
saying?
difference.
Right. So that's what I mean. And plus now everybody seems like, yo, you losing weight, you get, and it make me feel crazy because like I'm not used to being quote unquote skinny. I'm not really skinny, but you know what I'm saying? Like
You ain't.
every
Mm.
everybody sees it, so it's a little weird, but whatever.
Yeah, that's what else you doing to slow down? How about your writing?
Been doing a little bit of that. I've been really pushing forward with with my play, man. Trying to get the play on different platforms. I've been talking to a bunch of people, and I'm making some headway with that. So y'all be in tune when that rolls around. PM, I have to fly you and your lady out to come watch the play or whatever. But
Oh, you know I'm
that
there, bud.
but that's been good, man. I've been doing a bunch of virtual shit, and they've been paying good. So I'm winning in that regard.
That's what's up. So what else does slowing down can it show up, right? Like I know like we look at mental health and we bucket it, but there's things that go into our mental health. You know what I'm saying? Like relationships.
Hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So where if anywhere, right? I don't know that you guys even plan on talking about if we're slowing down in our relationships at all, anything like that, and not necessarily intimate relationships like friendships, whatever. Because what I this happened to me a little while ago, and the reason why I bring it up is because um, I had text somebody something, and long story short, it started going down the path that I'm like, see, this is why I don't be texting this person that much or talking to them that much. You know what I'm saying? Because it was just like, yo, this was a simple response. Like, I didn't need all of this. Like, this is just too much. And that was my last text message to that person. Because what I said to myself, yo, I'm like, I've been dealing with this level of response for a while long. And it's a good person. It's not a bad person or nothing like that. But it's just like, I don't want to keep telling you about, like, yo, stop making this about yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to keep having the same conversation. So I was just like, you know what? I'm done. Like, I don't wish no ill will towards that person, nothing like that. I just do not at my age have the energy anymore. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, so my point is, I'm like, that's one part of my life where I'm like, you know what? I'm a fucking adult. If I don't want to talk to anybody
Yup.
anymore, that's exactly what I'm about to do. You know what I'm saying? So that to me is important. You know what I mean? To like even if we look at slowing down holistically. You feel me?
So in
I got to
talking to
that
you,
point.
go ahead, P.
Oh my bad. I was gonna say I got to that point recently, man. Slowing down gives you opportunity to really kind of evaluate your life from a more relaxed perspective, man. And then you can get to that space where you can identify the people that you need to be done with. You get what I'm saying? Like you feel a little bit more confident, I feel like, about where you're placing people on your life. Like that pedestal you put people on. You sometimes got to take motherfuckers off, but if you don't slow down in some aspect of your life to give yourself a little bit more clarity what's going on around you, you're not going to get that. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's dope that you've slowed down to the point where you can make decisions that are healthy for you by identifying somebody who's unhealthy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you had a similar experience, P. Lately, we talked about it, how you had some good news come your way, and you shared it, and then the way people respond to that good news was something that kind of rubbed you the wrong way, and it was like, damn, like, you know what I mean? That kind of teaches you, like, damn, like, shorty, like, you've been in my circle for a while. And this how you gonna respond? Are you like low key hating type deal?
Crazy, crazy. So Bill, did I tell you? I don't know if I told
Nah.
you. So I could say this part. Shout out to those who support us on All Black Men Need Therapy, because y'all about to get insight and some news that isn't necessarily public yet. But I just did a collab with a very very prominent musician, and that's
Very.
an understatement. And that's an understatement.
Right. Right.
That's an understatement, but so and I shared the news with a couple of homies, and I can hear the pause and the congratulations. I can hear just the response, and it wasn't what I expected from him. And it was just like a mental, like, oh shit, okay, I'm at a new point. I'm at a new point now where I can't share all of my wins with everybody I think deserves for me to share it with, because they're not receiving it the right way. So I was like, okay. So it's a mental note, but you gotta go on that totem pole, man, and kind of rearrange it a little bit. But yeah, it was interesting, man, to see people hate on some such good news.
I just
Wow,
sent
that's
you.
crazy.
I
Yeah,
just sent
yeah,
it to
yeah. I
you.
just saw it.
That's not.
It is an understatement. Like, that's unreal. It's like, how do you be mad about that? How do you show somebody like that you care about? I don't understand it. Like, I really don't understand that.
I do.
Like, that's
I do. This is what it is, but it has to do with happiness, man. Like, I think there are people in our lives who rock with us, who love us to an extent. And I think once it reached that like pinnacle, there are certain things that have to do with happiness and joy that bother them, because something about what's going on with them doesn't coincide with what's going on with you. That's really what I think it is, because there's a lot of that happening in my life right now And that's the conclusion I'm coming to, because some of the people, I don't doubt that they have love for me. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they're fronting. I think they have a capacity to which they're willing to love me without becoming jealous, bitter, or angry. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes perfect sense. And unfortunately, what that is, Prentice, is a reflection of where they are in life. You know what I'm saying? Like they
Right,
want you to do
right,
well, but not better than them. You know what I'm saying?
right,
And
right. So you
that
got to
and
be
that's
able to
the type of
identify
stuff.
that.
Yeah, unfortunately, you won't be able to until you get to that level, right?
Right,
Because if you guys are both at the same around place, it won't reveal itself. So it's like arguably it will happen in most cases at like the one of the biggest parts of your life. Whereas quite frankly, you need those people the most because a lot of your life may be changing as a result. And then they're like, oh nah, I fuck with you, but I don't fuck with you to do that much better than me. You know what I'm
yep,
saying? Like
yep,
that's crazy,
yep,
bro. Like that's crazy. Like
Yeah.
yeah,
it's funny, man, because I think about when I so Chief and also my two best friends and I told them about when I got promoted and their response was literally uh I got the text somewhere, but I'm gonna try to go off memory, but it was something like uh so now you paying for dinner now? You know what I'm saying? But it was like it was so genuine. You know what I mean? Like it was that's our terms of endearment. You know what I mean? It was basically like, nigga, you
right,
ain't shit. All this means for us is that you paying for dinner now. You know what I'm saying?
right,
Like literally, like that's how the text message read. You know what I'm saying? But it's as awkward as that may sound to the public. It was like, oh wow, they really proud of you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right, right, right,
So
right.
you didn't get that same
It's kind of
response,
like
P? Like I'm sure the text message or the conversation you had was something similar to that, but it didn't have that same effect on you. Like, like because we was
nah,
definitely
nah,
like, yeah,
it was nah, it wasn't like that at all. It was I heard it in the silence. You know what I'm saying? I heard it in the delay before the
mm,
congratulations. Like I heard it. There was no bad phone reception. There was nothing. It took a moment for them to digest, and then they have enough love to say congratulations, but it's how the
but
congratulations. I heard
they
it
have
in the
to say that.
congratulations.
Yeah, they got to
They
say
had
at
to,
least
because it's my
congratulations.
people's,
Yeah,
right? It's my
right.
people, so they're not all of a sudden gonna hate me, but I heard it and I felt it, and I was like, and man, it's crazy how I'm wired. I'm one of them people where it just be like, okay, now I'm about to shift you over here to this space and just keep it moving. Like I'm not distraught over
But
it, but
what else you
I'm
supposed to do
noticing,
though? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
what else you
but
supposed to
it
do?
it makes room for other people. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
people remove themselves and makes room for other people.
so in
no,
my tidbit on a relationship. So obviously, still being single, I'm courting or whatever, and I ran into a situation where it was feeling good. It was feeling real good, and then we got into our first little like argument, a little tiff, and the response wasn't something I anticipated to be. It was just it was like over the top based on the situation, and it kind of was like, for me it was like a red flag. Like, yo, is this what future arguments are going to consist of? Like, God forbid something serious happen, we gonna be able to get through that, because this is something that we shouldn't even be really, you know what I'm saying, beefing about. And I own my part too, because I did a poor job of explaining it, but I was like, yo, I shouldn't have to, because I told you what it is, and that should be it. So I've sat back and I've again, just in process of learning to myself, and I could have, there's a bunch of things I could have done differently, but that would have been me kind of cowering down, or like, not necessarily lowering standards, for lack of a better term, but like, to me it read as a red flag. Like, yo, like, we can't even beef about, like, this is something simple. God forbid something serious happen, it's gonna be World War III, or it's gonna be over because we had a little tiff
Yeah,
over this, or
right.
you know what I'm saying. So it was like, it was just real. It was hurtful to me, man, because like I said, it was feeling
Disappointing.
good.
It sounds like
Very much so. Very much so. I mean, we
yeah.
we still communicate, but it's just completely different now, man. So,
But Chief, go back like, I don't know, 8, 9, 10 episodes, right? We talked about this, identifying the red flags,
mm-hmm.
right? And how
Boom.
we sometimes ignore them for an opportunity at what we deem as the bigger picture.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
There's a
So
lot. There's a
we push some of those things to the side and keep pushing, right? So I think that's an excellent example, and whether or not you was given it as one as slowing down, right? Because you could have
I,
easily just kept
I,
rocking.
and
you were gonna say,
I think one of the reasons why one of the reasons why you even identifying is because of the work you're doing, bud. Like
Right.
straight up. The reason why you're not so quick to just graze over that red flag and just, keep it pushing and hope that was just some phantom ass altercation that y'all had, that's really a sign of what can be. You know what
mm-hmm.
I'm saying? Like, let's not act like you see it once. The odds of you getting in an argument with somebody you're recently courting and that shit just being a fluke ass kind of response is slim. Usually it's an insight into some aspect of somebody's personality. You know what I'm saying? So then what
I
happens
mean,
is, depending on
to her credit, there's a lot of underlying factors that could have played a part in there, and there's a lot of things that I have to consider as to why the response is that way. But I didn't want to validate it. I still wanted to recognize it, and we have yet to have a conversation about it because it drifted. We had that, and it just shifted, and it hasn't been the same since. You know what I'm saying?
I was about to say, do you though? You know what I'm saying? Like, do you what I'm saying is, why can't you take it at face value? Right?
right.
Like, I'm not saying you should or you shouldn't. I'm just
Mm-hmm.
saying, like like you when you know, on all regards, positive or negative. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
Mm-hmm.
you don't. And that's another thing that I'll just say quick before we go into our next segment. We do a lot of justifying our emotion and justifying our feeling about stuff to either A, let other people off the hook, or B, make them more comfortable about our decision.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that makes sense, but
Great
No,
point.
it
what I'm
makes it
saying
makes
is,
com-
Makes a
it
lot
makes
of sense.
complete sense.
Yup.
you know what I mean? It's like, yo, I'm not, listen, you made me feel this way, right? I'm not about to apologize for that, right? And you
Mm-hmm.
can't invalidate my feelings. And as a result of you making me feel this way, you have to deal with whatever that triggered in me,
Right.
right?
And
I
so the
didn't
same
bring
the same
myself to this emotion.
in the same situation though, I think I clearly made her feel a certain way, and I think I may have invalidated her feelings, and in return, it got punched back at me, and that was the response behind it. So, like I said, I own my part in it too, but still, like that, I don't know if my actions read as a red flag to her as
We
much as
don't we
hers.
don't we don't
Well,
have to. I know the situation, and we don't got to go down this route. But I think one thing that could help that situation is clear boundaries.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
do I know the situation?
We've spoken about it before, but I don't think I think yeah,
Yeah.
actually I do. Yeah, you do. You
All
do.
right. Yeah.
but
All right.
anyway,
I just
that's
want to make
neither
sure I
here
was
nor
on board.
there.
So we
Yeah,
talking about slowing down and a mental health check. I think the next topic is literally mental health. You know what I'm saying? Like literally.
yo, it's crazy. So I never heard of this term prior to these articles I've read, and obviously the recent news. But race norming, and for the listeners, what's happening is the NFL has just come out and admitted to norming essentially, and what that is in layman's whole CTE, right? The with the players having concussions and causing their bodies to deteriorate, causing their minds to deteriorate, well, quite frankly, more rapidly than their bodies, and unfortunately leading to a lot of suicides, especially with a lot of prominent NFL players. The only way to really um, diagnose somebody with CTE is unfortunately post death. right? Because they have to examine your brain, so on and so forth. But there's these cognitive tests that can be done and conducted leading up to it per the whole concussion protocol and, how they go. And inherently, in layman's, the measures at which they were measuring black and white players were not the same. Hence, race norming, right? So what was happening is they were denying multiple people, black people, people of color, so much so that this turned into a civil lawsuit. And then just recently, the NFL came out and said they're going to change the way they evaluate black players, right? I.e., race norm, which is just crazy.
No, so
Like,
in even more layman's terms, what we talked about prior to actually having this conversation was, so in the testing, they're basically saying the black players are already less intelligent and have a lower brain functioning than the white players, so they don't deserve the same the compensation that the white players get because they was already dumb as fuck. Pretty much, you know what I'm
Never,
saying?
never mind. But never mind the fact that the black man is the highest valued asset in the NFL. The
One hundred
irony.
100%.
percent,
There,
one hundred
there is
percent.
no league without us, but and the
So
most valuable individual, hands down.
in a
It's
poem
just
I
crazy.
have, I think it's like 86% of NFL wide receivers are black, and like 94% of NFL running backs are black.
I mean, I think the percentage of black players in the NFL is like 82% or something stupid. It's like super high.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
total.
it's our
Right.
Like,
league.
but the crazy thing is this, man. Where they fucked up is one of the suits is coming from this former player. I think he played 11 seasons, which is unheard of in the NFL. A gentleman named Toy Cook, and they denied him with no explanation. And again, this is where the whole race norming came from. With where they messed up was this brother went to Stanford,
Yeah,
right?
like
So
you can't.
he's gone to elite schools his whole life. And it's like you're not about to tell me that you're measuring me at a lower standard because I'm smart, right? So
As fuck.
it
Like, yeah. Like I'm not regular
and
smart. Like you know what I mean?
right,
Like I'm for real
Yeah,
smart.
and
I'm a
that
genius, nigga.
Yeah, stop playing
right,
with me.
and it's like and it's but like but when people talk like and I don't want to we don't have a lot of time to go down this rabbit hole, but it's like people say, well, why are you guys still talking about slavery? Why are you guys still doing this? Why this? Why that? This is why, bro. Like, this is why. Like, this shit is present. This isn't something that's happened to our grandparents. Like, this is actively
Right.
happening to intelligent black men today. Intelligent black men, quite frankly, that gave their body, sacrificed their body and their minds to put their families in a better position. And also, not for nothing, to make you owners continue to be billionaires. Right?
I mean,
Like,
that's all.
that's
It's,
crazy.
what's crazy is all that is within this the poem I said. Pretty much what you were saying. That's pretty bummed out. Like just how we
Well, it
do that.
sounds like it'd be a good time to repost that or something,
Nah, word,
you know?
word. Yeah. So I mean, it's just I want to say it's baffling, but it's not. It's just how, again, the value is lesser on the black body, on the black man, even in an organization to
It,
where, like you said, provides billions of dollars. We are the forefront of this league, and still are viewed
yeah,
as less than.
no, it is, man. And now it's like now here's the messed up thing. Like, is Kaepernick vindicated now? Is he validated? Right? Like, I don't know. Like, I never disagreed with him, so I understood exactly what he was saying.
Right,
But
right, right, right.
where I struggle is like white media still trying to paint him in that light. And I know I shouldn't feed into that, but it's like
But
this is why. Like, this is all systemic.
for
Right?
sure, for
This is
sure.
systemic, right? It's like this is the organization he was standing up against, excuse me, using that platform to protest against systemic racism as a whole. And in
Hmm.
that same organization, this is happening. Like, come
Right,
on, man.
and I know this is like shifting gears a little bit, but like we all know how, and I like the dude actually, Tim Tebow. I rock with Tim Tebow. I like the dude, but like how Tim Tebow get a chance and Cap can't get back in? You know what I'm saying? Like
You know how
that's
he
Yo,
got
just
a chance.
baffling to me. Of course, we all know, but it's truly baffling to me how this man, you know what I mean, gets a second and third chance or whatever in. Good old Cap still getting blackballed.
yo, my
All
man's getting
purpose.
a chance at a position he's never played, bro.
The crazy thing is,
Right?
I'm the
At
But
a
it
position he's never played. That's crazy. Like that is
just devil's
crazy.
advocate, man. I don't. How baffling is it though? You know what I'm saying? Like, are we really baffled, or are we kind of using the wrong word
No,
to express it? Like, are we really surprised that a league that they
no.
design is doing? You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna tell you what it is for me. I look at this like, all right, that's enough to show everybody that this shit ain't. We not on the same playing field. So I look at. So I'm no. I'm not surprised. I don't think. I mean, are we surprised at anything at this point? You know what I'm saying? Like as black men, but I think
Right.
I look at this like I'll be honest. I get hopeful. Be like, all right, this is what's going to really get white America to understand. You know what I'm saying? Like what our plight is. But then they don't. You know, by and
Because
large, right?
because it
Obviously,
because it's so systemic. It goes back to what you were saying. Because once you recognize and realize what they're doing, then you have to rely on the media to tell the story correctly,
right.
which ain't
right? And who do they
which
partner with? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like
And
they
sometimes
partner with the media, so the narratives that they want are the narratives that are going to get put out.
and it's so crazy that the media typically never gives the respectable narrative. No, I mean, I guess no matter what angle you look at it from.
they have an agenda. They all have an agenda. But it's like I'm hopeful. I'll speak for myself. I'm hopeful that the story will be enough. Regardless of what spin you put on it, right? There's only so many ways you can spin certain shit, right?
Mhm.
Like certain shit is just gonna be bad and certain shit is just gonna be good no matter how you spin it, right? There's no way that you can look at this apples to apples and see that and show that somebody wasn't being discriminated against because of their views.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
I mean, and we're probably beating a dead horse because they paid Kaepernick because of that, right? NFL they settled with him a multi million dollar settlement, so they knew they were wrong, right? But when this shit happens, it's just like, see, like I told you, we're not playing the
Yeah.
same game, you know.
Hmm.
But anyway,
So to answer your question, he very much so is vindicated, but the real vindication for us is giving that man a job.
Right.
Cap don't even want a job now, though. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
I'm
Like,
saying, but like the real
yeah,
vindication for us watching is like, yo, give this man a shot. He might stink it up, but at least you gave him a shot.
yeah. And well, I think the real vindication will be the next Kaepernick, whatever that is, the next person to stand up, right? How they handle that.
So, random thought: how do you think they respond now? Someone right now is like, you know what? I think they put in rules about it, but like, if someone's like, you know what? I'm riding with Cat, rookie, star player. I'm taking a knee every game.
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. That will be change, right? Like you talk about change, and that's what we'll see if real changes happen. I can't. I don't know. I don't know. It's too big of a business. But we coming up on time. We should probably start getting to this final thought.
All right, so yeah, so those of you watching, man, listen, we're trying something a little different now. We're trying to concise the episodes and have some structure and a guideline to it. So if this works for you, hit us in the email. Let us know what you think. You know what I'm saying? Let us know what you think about us being back and the new look and the new feel about things. We got production. We didn't get it yet in this thing, but shout out to the production crew. But we got B-roll and all that good stuff coming for you soon. So we can keep the party going. But before we finish, final thoughts, fellas. Hit it, P.
Stay healthy. Drink water.
Yeah, My final thought, man, is I'm happy to be back. I'm happy to be back. I'm happy to open up the dialogue with you brothers, man, and having this honest conversation.
Yeah, man. As repeated, I miss you dudes, man. I love you dudes. I'm happy to be back. I'm glad we can get this. We can keep this party going now because it's gonna be therapeutic for me. Um, we'll be back in a week on three. Still dropping on Thursdays, y'all. We'll be back with some real good stuff. So any questions, comments, complaints, or concerns, hit us all up at allblackmenneedtherapy@gmail.com, IG, YouTube, wherever you want to leave a comment, and we'll go from there. But per usual, ain't shit changed. Do us all a favor and hug a black man today
Do it.
and tomorrow.
Do it.
We out, y'all.
Peace.